Hello there folks, my name is Spoonks and I saw Harold and the Purple Crayon and yeah, as you could probably tell, we're just gonna jump right into this, no build up or nothing. The movie looked bad, I wasn't looking forward to it, and yeah, the movie was really bad. I don't think it's a disaster or a crime against humanity, but man, did this movie suck. But believe it or not, there were a couple of things that I found to be somewhat passable in this movie. Obviously, the best thing about it is the 2D animation sequences. They are actually really delightful, well animated, and pretty charming in their own right. The problem is that they are only at the beginning and end of the movie and last at most a minute maybe, but for the time they were in the movie, I cherished every second they were. I actually felt something related to positivity watching those sequences. And I will say I like two performances in this movie. They were Tanya Reynolds and Jermaine Clement, because they felt like they knew exactly what movie they were in and knew the right performance to give in. And like I said with the 2D animation sequences, whenever they came on screen, they were the only things that made me feel something related to positivity. I wasn't happy. I wasn't like, yes, they're in the movie again. But I felt something like happy related. That's the best way to describe it. Okay, on to the bad. This movie is basically what would happen if you took Barbie, Elf, and Enchanted and you shoved all three of those movies into a wood chipper, removing all of the humor, charm, and heart those movies had, although in Enchanted's case, they already did that with the sequel, but I digress. And you just remove all of those positive things out of those movies, and this is what you get. This movie is just those three movies bundled into one without any of the charm, heart, or wit. It tries to be somewhat of a subversive adaptation, I guess, by having Harold grow up and go into the real world to find his creator, I guess, but it doesn't really do much with that premise outside of some wacky hijinks you would expect out of any of these family kids movies, you know? And for a movie that's all about the praises of imagination and making anything you can come up with come to reality, it is very dull and uninteresting. It doesn't do a lot with that. Harold doesn't really even create that many imaginative things. In all honesty, the villain does more cool, impressive stuff with the crayon than Harold does, honestly. The characters aren't really all that interesting. It's really the performances that try their best to make the most out of these characters. And outside of, once again, Tanya Reynolds and Jermaine Clement, everyone else is either hamming it up way too much or does not want to be there. Zooey Deschanel especially, she looked like she was begging for like a New Girl reunion or a sequel to Elf or something to get her out of this movie. And Zachary Levi and Lil Rel Howery were just really hamming it up to the point where it kind of got a bit obnoxious and annoying after a while. The kid was fine, but nothing special either. So when the characters aren't really that interesting and the actors are given very subpar material, you can tell how much I felt about these characters. I didn't really care about anything that happened to them or their main goals. They weren't really that interesting to watch. And then there's the comedy, and boy oh boy, we got some hilarious humor here, you know. Pratfalls, slapstick, fish out of water gags, wacky hijinks, and of course a mind's bigger joke. Obviously, in a kids movie like this, that was very not out of place and forced, you know. So what a surprise. Yeah, the movie wasn't very good. This would have been better had it been fully 2D animated, yada yada yada. The two performances I liked really carried this thing, and even them, they were barely in the movie. The rest of the movies is just typical bad kids movie 101. Do not watch this movie. There's nothing really of substance here. You're better off watching Elf or Barbie or Enchanted. There really isn't any reason to go and see this, unfortunately. I do not recommend this. So those were my thoughts on Harold and the Purple Crayon. What did you all think of it? If you've seen it, did you like it or did you hate it? Comment down below and let me know. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this channel, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on all the social media links at the end of the video. And until next time, everyone, stay sharp.
You're in the dream I have drawn. You're like the wings for my song. I get a lift with your gift tonight. strong.